the 2K Sports pregame show.
Playoff game 1 now, history. Time for game 2 of this series here on 2K Sports. We're in the first round. Shaquille O'Neal is here, so is Kenny the Jet Smith. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it's the Washington Wizards as they'll be playing against the Chicago Bulls. Looking at the Bulls, they took care of business in game 1, protecting their home court. Tonight, a chance to extend their lead and assert their dominance in this series. And after winning game 1, they've got another chance tonight on their home floor to maintain that home court advantage. Kenny, what does their mentality have to be tonight?
Well, they can't get overconfident. They can't have that feeling that I have right now. I just feel that I know what's going to happen. I'm a little overconfident.
You're overconfident?
Yeah.
Playoffs, baby. This is what we've been working for all season. Just get out there and let's protect this house.
We've got a capacity crowd here at the United Center. Round 1 of the East rolls on. Game 2 just about ready to tip off. Playoff basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Take a look at the Bulls. A successful outing in game 1 has them right where they want to be with a chance here, guys, to take game 2 on their home court.
History tells us when you can win the first 2 games of a series, it's not 100% certain, but you give yourself a pretty decisive edge in the series.
Yeah, they'll take control with the win here, no doubt about that. So if you're the road team, it's even more critical to get this first one to survive in the series. Lose 2 in a row, and they'll go home with their backs clearly against the wall.
And now Washington's starting group. All out there with McCray. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Morris in a power forward. That one goes. Count it.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Outside Butler. Kicks to Gasol. Lock at 6. Muhammad the pass to Mr. Clutch. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Mirotic gets the bucket.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
And it's blocked. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by the Wizards. They come into this game after losing on Saturday.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
Butler in the corner. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
Washington shooting their first free throws of the night. That free throw missing. The Bulls making a switch here. Chicago leading by 6. So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. We've got Otto Porter Jr. all out there with McCray. Then there's Markieff Morris. And it's Galloway in at the center position. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Wizards got down to business. He ended with 25 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. His play was a big part of why they were able to jump out to the early series lead by taking game 1. Will he be as effective in game 2?
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy.
Rose, no good. Noah Porter pulls it in. Wizards trail by 7. All with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Here's McCray. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Bulls have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Mr. Clutch. And again, no good by Chicago. The Wizards shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. And the pass to McCray. Morris with a screen on Rose. Morris outside. 6 to shoot. Here's Galloway. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Now Wall. Following the three-point attempt by Freak. Wall against Rose. Shot from the wing. Got that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from John Wall.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And he gets the bucket.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Mr. Clutch. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. McDermott's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. And it's Mr. Clutch in for Derrick Rose. In the corner at Sessions. 17-foot shot on the way to the wing right side. The Wizards working the ball around now. 54 seconds left in the second quarter. And another miss by Washington.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
And maybe shying away from contact a bit too, Greg. I mean, their free throw attempts are also down from the first quarter.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time.
Now, here's Oubre, and he gets it to go. Porter's got 5 points so far.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Mirotic. Out to the right wing. Puts it up. Rebounded by the Wizards. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Sessions. And so we wrap up the first half. Bulls lead by 6. It's the NBA playoffs. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action here in this game 2. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
And everything magnified in a game of this magnitude. The microscope clearly on their go-to guy. And he came up huge in that first half.
That's what he's known for. Does not shy away from the marquee. His ability to raise his game according to the situation is what separates him.
Mr. Clutch in at point guard. Ahmed is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Gasol. And at the 5, home in the paint. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. Mirotic gets the bucket.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Here's Wall. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Muhammad's got his 5th rebound in this one.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside.
Here's Wall. After the basket by Nikola Mirotic, it's Wall with the drive.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
The shot's good for Mr. Clutch.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Here's Morris. And again, Washington no good.
It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. tough start.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Well, their pass to Mr. Clutch. 16 feet away. The shot is off. Wall with some nice D. Wizards trail by 13. Here's Porter. Off the left rim and out.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
From the baseline. And there's the bucket for Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. He told his guys their offense needed to run through Mr. Clutch. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Now here's Muhammad. Rose, no good.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Morris, left side. To halt the run, and he hits the jump shot.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Over to the wing. Porter with the steal. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. Strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass. Defensively, guys, they just don't seem to be giving... the same kind of effort that they were in the first half of the game.
Takes a 3, and the shot is good. Porter's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Here on the 2K leaderboard of the regular season's top scorers, Freak is second.
An amazing regular season, Kevin. Opposing teams just couldn't figure out how to slow him down. And they all tried, believe me. Being a scoring leader for the regular season isn't something that guarantees you an MVP trophy by any means, but it's a big step towards it.
The Bulls making a switch here. McDermott's checked in. And then for Washington, Oubre's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And Sessions subbed in for McRae.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
The Bulls have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses earlier.
Boy, a good night so far for Mr. Clutch. 12 points, and he's been a brick wall today with all those blocks.
You got that right. He's giving them serious doubts about bringing the ball to the rim.
Rozier, he's checked in for Washington. That doesn't go in either for Sessions.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Here's Rose. No good. And Washington the other way now.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Sessions dishes to Morris.
Chicago foul. Stay down. Stay down.
That's his first personal foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
Markieff Morris taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Chicago. And Morris drops them both. 1:27 left to play in the third. The Bulls leading by 11. From the corner. And that one off the back of the rim and in. 15 points for Freak.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
The Wizards with another miss.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
He kicks to Noah. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Chalmers best to Mr. Clutch. Shot clock at 6. Let's go. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Rozier, defended by Chalmers. Second shot opportunity. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Wizards have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. That's good from Rozier. Chicago making some changes. Pau Gasol is checked in for Gibson. And Mirotic subbed in for McDermott. And a switcher also for Washington. Galloway is checked in.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
And good on the basket. Book it. 8 points for Nikola Mirotic.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Rozier. And that's not going to go. And as we end the third quarter. And we welcome you back to our coverage of round 1 in the NBA playoffs. Wizards trail by 13, so on the floor for Washington. We've got Wall. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Porter. Then there's McRae, and it's Galloway in at the 5 down low.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Gasol.
That's his first personal foul. Pau Gasol.
And he makes the first. Markieff Morris is checked in for Washington. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Wall passes to McRae. Jordan the screen. 5 on the clock. Here's Morris. Banked in off the glass.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Rose kicks to Gasol. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Oh, the big man rocking the rim. Good aggressive finish right there.
And usually he leaves those to his teammates.
And you know, guys, with his length,
look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Rising up and hammering it home. That could be just what they need to pick their energy up.
Wow, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that for him. Man, oh man, was that
fun. No doubt about it, guys. That's one of those plays that will pick up his teammates. A lot of times a play like that is just what you need to get the adrenaline flow for your team.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Has some information for us, Doris.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what the head coach for the Wizards was getting across in their huddle. He hasn't been happy with their shot selection. He told them, we're forcing things out there, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, work for the open shot in the flow of our offense. We'll see if they heed that advice, Kevin.
The kick out to Wall. Here's Morris, and Gasol sends it back. Here's Mr. Clutch. Can't get it to go. Wall with some nice defense. Guys, their comeback bid had better get started.
I think there's still enough time for him here, Kevin. I think there's a good chance they can make it happen.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Partner, that's assuming they can continue that hot shooting. But if they do, and especially if they can get a few stops, you have to think they'll make this thing interesting.
Outside Rose. Passes it to Mr. Clutch. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Back to Rose, pulls it up, and he hits the jump shot. And the Bulls lead by 11.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. They're really looking strong here.
Here's McRae. He's covered by Rose. McRae passes to Morris. Here's Porter, and he whips that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Chicago leading by 9. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Rose. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for the Bulls. Outside, Wall, and it's blocked.
Oof, rough game offensively. He's really struggled, and really probably why they're trailing.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Gasol. Here's Mr. Clutch. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Butler, he's checked in for Mario Chalmers. From deep, Wall. The rebound by Mr. Clutch.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Tries to keep it alive. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Mirotic dishes to Butler. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Mr. Clutch. Gasol kicks to Muhammad. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Pass to Mr. Clutch. A 3-ball. No good. Wall with some nice defense. Wizards trail by 14. The dish to Morris. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Morris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And guys, that's going to wrap it up. Fans are piling out the exits. Obviously a huge win here in game 2 for the Bulls.
Clark, their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Well, they were disciplined and focused, I thought, all game long, Kevin. Excellent defense around the rim.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Mr. Clutch. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
Wall, that's good.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
Clark, and they can just let the clock run out here.
No argument with that W.
Mirotic, the screen. Here's Mr. Clutch. Off target with his 3.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there. I'm sure he appreciated it.
He's off on the first. And he's good on the second. From past the arc. Off on that one. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And this win puts them squarely in the driver's seat in this series. Up now, Greg, 2-zip with all the momentum on their side.
I mean, in fantastic shape right now. If they can capitalize on this victory and win game 3, you can just about put this series to bed.
You got it. And that about wraps it up for this broadcast of the NBA Eastern Conference quarterfinals. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew. thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson, just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Freak. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of energy and offense, he was the firepower that propelled them during the second half.
The biggest factor in this game may have been his shot blocking. He had a great nose for the ball and contested every attempt that was anywhere near him. And such quick reaction times from him. That's what really struck me.
Well, certainly a solid night for him offensively. Excellent production pretty much everywhere. He was what I call NSV, Ernie, a nice safety valve. When they need to open up the valve, he came through with that offense.
And that will wrap up this round one broadcast of the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. For Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson, and we'll see you again as the NBA playoffs continue.